Yeah. 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 Time to flex. I'm at the chops. Playing my golden play. Market maker snipe. Stop me out today. Sweating bullets, but I'm back with a grin. More files won't hunt me. I'm cashing that win. From the couch to the throne, I'm dodging their tricks. Turn a loss to a laugh. Now I'm stacking them bricks. Stop, hunt, survivor. I'm breaking this scheme. Fuck you, moves. Living the dream. Plans on lock. I'm rising above. Stop, hunt, survivor. Showing my love. Set the entry tight. They pulled the rug quick. Lost my shirt, but my swag is still thick. Drove past the bank, flipped him the bird. More falls can't touch me. I've learned every word. Late night grind, now I'm flexing the glow. Turn the trap to a trap. Watch my money flow. Stop, hunt, survivor. I'm breaking this scheme. Fuck you, moves. Living the dream. Plans on lock. I'm rising above. Stop, hunt, survivor. Show my love. Since stabs hit, I'm dancing on their grave. Drum roll loud, I'm the king they can't save. More falls tremble, my plans too tight. Swagger so fresh, I'm owning the night. Stop, hunt, survivor. I'm breaking this scheme. Fuck you, moves. Living the dream. Plans on lock. I'm rising above. Stop, hunt, survivor. Showing my love. Survive. Yeah. Yeah. Survive. Yeah. Survive. Yeah. Survive.
Let's go, Bull Run!
Let's go. Bull run time. Stacking chips from the bull run glow. Flip the gas station gig to a millionaire show. Debt collectors ducking when I flash the cash. Fuck you money hitting like a lightning crash. Roll the dice on all coins, now I'm sitting pretty. Turned a ramen night into a steak city. Bull run bragging rights, I'm cashing that check. Fuck you money loud, no more neck in a wreck. Win stack high, dreams blast off the line. Bull run bragging rights, this wealth is mine. From the grind to overtime, clocking double shifts to popping champagne, sipping on the lips. Landlord's eviction, no tour with the shreds. Now I'm buying the building, sleeping in my bed. Crypto moon, I'm the king of the spree. Celebrating wins, yeah, the world's with me. Bull run bragging rights, I'm cashing that check. Fuck you money loud, no more neck in a wreck. Win stack high, dreams blast off the line. Bull run bragging rights, this wealth is mine. Horns blare, the party's in play. Jazzy vibes here, watch the data sway. Drum roll loud, I'm the boss of the beat. Fuck you money flows where the broke ones eat. Bull run bragging rights, I'm cashing that check. Fuck you money loud, no more neck in a wreck. Win stack high, dreams blast off the line. Bull run bragging rights, this wealth is mine. Yeah, let's roll. I sketched the charts, blood on my big move. Market make a snipe, let me in the groove. Sweat drip hard, but I'm smiling through. More falls won't catch me. I'm switching the view, side hustle flop, but I'm back on track. Turn a loss to a win, now I'm leading the pack. The plan's tight, I'm dripping with flair. Outsmart the game, I'm the king of the air. Survive the hunt, I'm shattering their traps. Season the day, no more setbacks. Locking my plan, I'm blazing the fight. Survive the hunt, I'm still in the light. Too smooth. I dodged that tip, a friend's wild bet. Market makers trip, now I'm cashing the set. Late night grind, turn to a victory lap. Mofos can't touch me, I'm setting the trap. Boss laughed once, now he's calling my name. Wealth's my crown, fueling the flame. Survive the hunt, I'm shattering their traps. Season the day, no more setbacks. Locking my plans, I'm blazing the fight. Survive the hunt, I'm still in the light. Survive. Shine. Yeah. Stop hunt.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Stop hunt.
it's time for the ringing of the cowbell.
Stop hunt.
Are we ready? Are we ready to begin? Just waiting on you, Sean. I'm coming.
October's rolling in, Bitcoin's at 100K. Market's been a beast, but I'm here to slay. Altcoin
And a 1, 2, 3, 4.
For those of you out there that hitting that like button,
Oh, we're in the wrong place.
thank you very much.
There we go. Welcome everyone to the impromptu daytime stream that I just randomly do at random times during the month. Whenever something's going on that may be worth talking about, you know, I like to come on here and kind of share a little bit and go over what I see in the market. And this was awesome. That was our big ass fib extension that we had over there for our big ass target, and as you can see, we nailed it. Yeah, this is the power of the Fibonacci. This is not me taking random measure moves from whatever, like a flag or something like that, and putting into a breakout and then switching it over and putting it up to a point that Bookmap says or anything like that. This technique that I show you on the channel, while not perfect, not perfect, often does do this a lot. And so awesome. There was also this little guy over here we had. Oh man, I moved the line. There was this little guy down here that we had at 116.7, and we did come up and we nailed that one too, got a rejection, but our bigger target. And actually that was these couple of areas down here were places where we were looking for it to come back because it was part of the program that it was part of the bigger move from way down here, Fibonacci. But there was still that one more target, like, oh my God, if she wants to keep going up like it looks like she wants to do, there we go. And so congratulations on anybody that took profits there. I was asleep and I did have some sell orders up there, but I was actually planning on, if we got up there, to take a short, but I missed that. This is my note that I had the last time we were up in this area. I was planning on shorting from here and I did not do it, so I just wrote it down to 107. This may be an area to short, or Might we be going bullish? That's what everybody's going to be expecting. So that's the question right now. How much further can we go up, or are we going to correct? Because remember, the big important things that we're looking at are these indicators on the weekly. I know there's a 6-minute time frame, but do remember here on the weekly, we've had a green dot there. Now stochastics are coming up, money flows into green. VWAP, then I gotta say, market cipher is starting to look a little bit more promising here. We got a higher low on our RSI and everything. Let me move that out of the way. But it was this little guy that was kind of that was from something else with eyeballs. This was the MACD cross, and that was the warning that, hey man, things are getting ready to go south, which they did. Now we see some slight curving there, and that's good. We see some rounding off over here on the RSI, and she's not looking like she wants to go deep. However, she can look like she's rounding off and then drop on us like a rock. We don't want to experience that. We're still at a pretty steep angles here for the lines here on the MACD lines. So the histogram looks like it's trying to catch something. We do have a lighter candle here on the week, so that's a plus. I'm just going to trickle down to the 3-day on this one. And the 3-day, she's a trying. We got some divergences going on here just on the indicator itself, which is always kind of juicy, I gotta say. Oh, if you expected a turkey, well, this is October season, so we're going back old school to the original fake face that I used here, and it's a zombie voodoo doll kind of looking thing. And don't let it scare you. Jesus is still king, and we're just having fun with the little holiday season. So here we are on the 3-day. Now this is interesting on Market Cipher. Do you see that little green dot that is yet to confirm, but it may be? You see that our momentum waves here, they're edging up there, and that's kind of cool because our price was also, I thought I had something. I thought I had some bullish divergence, but yet not. There is some over here, I believe, on the, yeah, there's a bullish divergence here. No. Was you on the daily? You might have been on the daily. Now there was some little form of divergence there, but nothing major enough. No. Can't say that on the daily or the 3-day. But since we're on the daily, you know, as far as Market Cipher goes, the money flow is starting to come up. Hasn't quite hit green. That's what we need to see. Now that will be a bonus right there if we can hold it. Now we did that before and only hit green shortly, and then we dropped like a rock back in September here. That was like a local top. So we're not up to those areas just yet, according to stochastics. The stochastics indicator here, this ribbon, indicates that we still got some higher to go till we get up to that 100% level. We're just hanging around 84 right now. So maybe a little bit more of a push up. If we're looking on the bigger picture things here on the daily, let me get rid of some of this stuff over here. This guy right over here at 117.8, I'm going to draw a trend line, a horizontal trend line right here, and make it gray so I know what it is. May even make it a dashed line so that we can differentiate it from our other targets. That was actually the area, if we come down to the smaller time frame like the 4-hour, the area that we got rejected in. We worked up into that little area, but I already hit my target. Yeah, nailed it. Wow. Ooh. This is what you gotta do for the YouTube algorithm, according to the other YouTube streamers. Leslie, you come to this channel because this is what we do. Remember? Yeah, all that stuff. I do that for the algorithm. And to make fun of the people that do that, because that's just kind of stupid. You don't want your emotions to get involved, whether they're too happy or too depressing, all right? Because your emotions will lead you astray every time. They will get you thinking overconfident and get your ego involved, and it's just best to keep that out of it. Celebrate your wins, no doubt, but to sit here and just, we doing it, this is, you know, yeah, I can't go for that. Anyway, what we got going on over here is a breakout, lackluster, not much volume. Got a little spike coming here. We're above the 9-moving average here on this 15-minute time frame. Ichimoku cloud over here, which I keep on here just to keep me sane sometimes. Even though it's thick and we could fall through it, she's rising up here. It's a chance that we're going to just continue on up and retest this area up here. And hopefully, my next two targets that I've got, 119.3, 119.8, and 120.700 area. Now I've got an arrow there because if we can get past this area here, which, you know, it's kind of, this should be a 1618 Viv. That should be the top for real. There's a high chance that we might be working on a double top scenario here, and whether it comes all the way back up here or we just come up to our 786 or even our 886 fib areas, these are going to be the two critical areas that we'll need to be paying attention to, and you probably want to take a little profit on, because if we are going to roll over, oh look, we already got one of them right here. That would be a perfect scenario to get rejected right here, baby. Perfect scenario to get rejected right there at the previous the previous top zone over here that we had. So since we spiked up above it, that could be a lower low area for Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. If that happens, then we would be setting up for a situation where we go up double top or something, and it may even do, you know, it can even do something like a triple top, but we can get into this cloud and it starts bringing us back down to these other target areas. Okay, and that may not be as fun as the ride up was, and I hope you guys caught that and been taking advantage of it, and seeing some crypto, some good crypto changes in your life as we're starting to go into what is known as October. Now, in my previous experience, we've always been excited about October, but it seems like, you know, the second, third week of this can get, don't break this again, can get just a little shaky. And there will be a point where it's like, I thought this was going to be October, it's turned into Rectober. So we can probably still relive a little bit of that. So let's don't get too excited on thinking it's just up only this month, because it rarely ever is. And if you think that, then you can get caught up and we suffer through drawdown and what, oh wow, yeah, that was great, wish I took more profits. But if you plan for it, that we can have a drop here in October before we continue to go up toward the end and into November, you can take advantage of it where you want to play it to the downside, or, you know, take some profits and wait and re-enter at a lower low. Right now, those areas to look for about 117.9, right around the 118 area, 118.3. Let's see how price reacts here. Now, if we were to come up and we kind of consolidate up through here, aka kind of flag out or do something, but we still kind of hold these levels, don't break below it, that's what it looks like when we're trying to go back up. So cup and handle to the upside. I wouldn't call it that because there's no roundingness here, but somebody will, I guarantee you. Anyway, that's kind of cool. The only other thing that I would do here with Bitcoin before we start getting to our juicy altcoins, which we're going to do, some of the ones we looked at are doing very well, and hopefully you've been in some of those, and they may be at some profit taking targets right now. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this little angle here, and I know it sounds kind of crazy. That's actually what we're doing. We're in like a big bearish megaphone pattern, but they're fun. And look what's at the top here. If we were to go straight up, what will we bump our head onto? Our next higher target, 119,400 area. All right, so the biggest thing I wanted to do here is I want to take this guy. I'm actually going to take you. Yeah. See that? See how far this thing goes back? Yeah, this little guy's been running for a while, hasn't he? If you really kind of look at it that way. But what I'm doing here is I'm just taking this angle, and I'm seeing if I'm going to bring him right down here to the bottom. And so this little breath here, I want to use that as my guide for a channel idea, and we're flirting with breaking through it. Now, technically, like on a smaller time frame, that might be considered a bear trap idea, and that channel idea gives us a little idea what we might expect here. So, having a good day on Hump Day Wednesday. Do we trust it? What are they going to do? Are they going to bump us up toward Thursday, Friday, and then start dumping us on the weekend? That's one of their game plans. So I wouldn't trust this to go all the way through the weekend. I mean, that'd be great if it does. That's something to look for, considering that money printers are turning on around the world. And what I'm watching for in this Q4 is for retail's return into crypto. We will see that when we see volume come in on the weekends, not just price rising up, because we've seen price rising up without real volume, right? That's the market makers playing their game before they dump you on Monday, Tuesday, make you wonder, what the hell was I chasing on Sunday for? That's what they do. But at some point in this game, when it gets really fun, when we see retail comes in, we're going to have the volumes, and the weekends are going to be the funnest time to trade these altcoins, because they're not what the bigger money's messing with, they're what the retail's messing with, and they all come in on the game on the when they got time off on the weekends. So it gets to be fun, and that's when we're starting to approach the last few weeks and maybe up to a month or so. Last 4 to 6 weeks in the cycle, we should start seeing a lot more of that coming in. So that's what I got my eye on when it comes to everything. And right now, if we go over to our little indices, we can see that Total 3 is starting to do better. She broke her level here and holding it, clearing a candle on the 4 hour. She looking like she want to come up to our next point, which is 1.14 trillion. We're at 1.11 trillion, so we get some more billions of dollars coming in here. That's cool. The only thing we got to be aware of is that, well, Bitcoin dominance is also trying to figure out if it wants to go up or go down. So if there's anything that's going to hurt our altcoins from going up as quickly as we would hope, it would be the culprit Bitcoin dominance, which I can't seem to find you over here. Where are you hiding? You're in the wrong spot. Put you down here. That's this guy, and here on the 6 minute, yeah, she's looking bullish as Bitcoin is. Here's what I liked about it. When we were up here, we didn't make a higher high. We technically made a lower low, and it looked like we were starting to try to come down. But there's some bullish. I mean, really, Bitcoin dominance to me still looks bullish, and if it continues up, well, some of these altcoins are going to feel it. All right, so let's look. Claw, cup, and handle to the upside. Bitcoin dominance, yay! That's good for Bitcoin. Not so great for these altcoins. So should we be taking profits now? And the answer is probably so. All right, so I've got a list of some coins. I've got one that we looked at. We've been following. Hard to get. That little bastard jumped up like crazy. Last time I looked at it was $10. Today it's 11. Yeah, I'm in it. Dang, I wish I'd bought more of that yesterday. I just bought just a little to cover a freaking transaction fee, and I just didn't think I should have done. I had no idea, man. But we'll find a little bit more about this project too. Look here on the 6 hour. That's a bullish cross about to happen on Bitcoin dominance. I hope it doesn't. You come down. Oh, here's on the 1 hour. Bitcoin dominance looks like she's getting ready to fly. Now, if that happens, we're going to take another look at our others chart. This is this guy. This is most of our altcoins. Okay, so here's what's going on the 1 hour for this. Do you see this rising channel? Now, every once in a while, this can break to the upside. But normally they do break down, so let's keep that in mind. I'm looking at these bigger moving averages that we're testing. We are at the devil line there. Oh, we don't have it over here. This is the Lucy line. Now we're trying to get above it. That's cool. But we still got our main moving average, our 200 moving average down here at 300 billion. Whether we come back and touch that, I'm not quite so sure. But we'll take the idea that we're in a channel, and gosh darn it, ain't we at the top? What usually happens at the top of a channel? Well, they usually come back down and start playing the bottom side of the channel. And I would say that would most likely be after this little bear trap idea. Somewhere down, if I were to look at my angles, if we could kind of get there. Probably pull a fib, but also retesting this area over here, right around here in these wicks, about 306. So we could be losing about $6 billion over the next day, just as a retest. I'm just saying, that is, we are in a rising channel, and that's technically bearish. What we've done, we've accomplished our goal though, and we did make a higher high. If I go from those bodies, that's also suggesting that, well, we might be able to come up to this little 618 fib that we got up there at 318. Might be able to push on up to there before we start coming down, and it may just follow underneath this line. I don't know, but she's at an area we need to consider getting paid in some of these altcoins before they trickle down and start giving up some gains here. Ladies and gentlemen, come to the chat. This is supposed to be a short stream for me tonight, so don't know how that's going to work here. Let me make sure I've got the correct chat out here. 12 people hanging out with me, and we've been going for, oh man, it's already been 24 minutes. Oh. I try to do this quick, and they seem to take longer than I think. So now we went over Bitcoin and most of the indices and everything. Going to come over and say hello to everybody. And there was one somebody said something about ZBCN. We'll take a look at that one. And I've got a list of ones I think if you're in them, we might want to look at taking some profit. Okay, so we just want to go over some of these. Duality C is in the house. Good to see you. I don't really have my hand clappies over here unless I do it manually. Get the manual hand job. Okay, right there. Yeah. First here. Tony S. John Gregory. We just impromptu day stream. I'll still do my other one. The night stream, I'm shooting for 10 p.m. I've got some stuff I've got to do tomorrow in the morning, so I got to try to make an early night of it. Silver Days. Hey, we got Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. Go check him out. Here's his channel right here. Going live and putting out videos every day, man. Sharing the TA knowledge and insight right there. Go get your alpha today. This is how I get sidetracked, isn't it? Okay. And I'm trying to say hello. Bullets on Parade, how's it going? Good to see ya. And we've got... I always like that. That's a good comment. Ave Medina. I'm hurt. You didn't notify me. Oh, no. I guess it happens. Scario, yes, it's the voodoo face now. Please keep it all October. Yeah, that's the game plan for October. Said I nailed it. Avi says I nailed it and hurt my thumb. And there's Meet Damien. Says Road Dog, what, you going so early? Does this mean no late night stream? No, we'll have a late night stream. Just trying to go over some cool altcoins that may be ready to turn over. We have to like it and check them out and see, but some of we talked about before. Meet Damien says, I watch some other crypto YouTubers like Mitch Ray, and he won't even touch a new coin like Acer because it doesn't have enough data. I know, and that's. I mean, everybody has their own little, I guess, niches or whatever. I'm just looking for charts. I'm looking for technicals, and I don't care what it is, Degen coin or not. I mean, take into consideration, especially on the Degen coins, the fundamentals and tokenomics and things. That's why we always try to go over some of that on some of these new coins. But if there's something on the chart, there might be something there to play. And I just like the TA because the TA is awesome. I'm always astounded when I look back and say it's possible to figure out where price is going to go and where it will pivot, and that's just been amazing. And if you can figure out points like that, well, you can set up a nice trade. These trades have forged my heart. I'll walk the moonlit path. And there's Spooky's Angels. I love your comment. Can we get our hands clapped? Is that? Do we have a moon rocket on here? We got a moon rocket. I didn't know that. I'm on a different scene. Says sound TA guys don't have the talent to look at smaller time frames and draw fibs. Well, Mitch goes over a lot of stocks, plays, and things like that too. So he's mostly concerned on weekly and daily. Some TA guys don't. But yeah, I mean, and that's something I noticed. There's a lot of times that, we'll see a coin that's down at a low, and yeah, they look scary. But if you look over and see that, that's real close to the other low there. But some people just get too scared to make a move down here. I look for these moves. I look for these bottoms, and make aggressive entries on bottoms, because I got the fibs to guide me. Now, there was another scenario, like right here, we're looking at bottom, and I think Frankie Candle also was looking at these areas. He doesn't use the 886, though. He's not privy to the 886 fib magic. And you probably wouldn't be unless you started diving into some harmonic fib stuff and stuff like that. That's where I found it comes in the most useful. But there was a scenario for, a lot lower. Well, I'm on others, but Bitcoin would be the same thing. Let's go back to Bitcoin over here. Well, I guess an altcoin would work, but same thing over here with Bitcoin. It was doing the same thing in the 786, 886 area. But when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, baby, this looks like a nice." I think we're confirming bottom here, and I made a point to go heavy here and really heavy ass here, and good. I've been I can't always do that. I come close, or I just don't go heavy enough, or something's distracting me. Something happened in the real world, and man, which is kind of like what happened this morning, where I didn't get short that top, because that was one of my game plans. I would be probably slonging, still keeping my lungs over and trying to open up a short over here, but I would probably be starting to sweat it now as we're starting to approach it. Oh man, no, my short. Actually, I do have a short, but I didn't get to start it from the top, so I'm building a small one and see if we can make it up past this area. I got my stop losses up there, just as a little bit of a hedge, because we could be doing a little double top, or it could be just getting all nice and juicy, and that's what we don't know yet. Ichimoku Cloud's hinting that it's getting juicy, though, here on the 15-minute small ass time frame. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come over to the 4 hour. We're going to taking a look at some of these coins. This is one that we looked at, and I can't. Let me check this. This is on Osmosis right now, and it looks like they got it on PancakeSwap too. Okay, I didn't know that. That's cool. No, that's different. That's A1. This is Atom 1 on the Cosmos ecosystem, right? It's on Osmosis. Oh my God, you went to $17. You're at $13 now. Look at this little guy. We looked at this one. Believe it or not, but I mean, it was, dude. I mean, this was last week. It was 20 cents. It was 20 freaking cents. The staking rewards on this is like 50%. I'm sitting there getting 50%. And oh gosh, I'm gonna have to look at that. Clearly this is no, it's not. She still got green cash. She still wants to go. This is not where I would enter this coin. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Let's get all this old stuff off. That was I mean, we were looking at 75 cents down here. Look. Oh, this is the 15-minute. 4 hours, probably the best place that we could look at it and see what. No, no, she just. So this is one. There's a good example of one that's down in the bottom. Nobody. I wouldn't touch this with 10-foot pole. Ain't no way. This thing's going to have to get past here and do all these. This is going to have to jump through some hoops before I get to it. But. And actually, I got into it because I think I got airdropped just a tiny amount. I mean, tiny. They're stingy. But and probably some of you guys are not interested in this sort of country. I see some rounding. This isn't really fitting over there that good. But either way, even if you didn't see rounding and you came over to some area and formed the trend line there, you could have bought the breakout, and it flagged out above the breakout right here at 23 cents. Imagine getting in this at 23 cents. And look at that. I'm sorry, but I've got to go take some profit. I've got to do it now because, wait a minute, did you look like you're going up again? Do I have some time? Because this is on a DEX. I've got this on a DEX. Are you breaking the trend line? Because you're curving. You technically broke my trend line. I should be technically taking some profit here. You're above the 9, though. All right, I'm going to come back to this, but I'll do this after the stream. Let's go ahead and get this stream. This is one we looked at, which has done killer, beyond our dreams. This is what we hope, 3,000%. And we were one of the few channels that talked about it and mentioned it on the live stream. So if you took advantage of it, there's nobody here going to tell you to do anything or push you to do anything. I'm just giving you some ideas and things that look interesting. And this one. Well, my wildest dreams. Oh my God! Imagine if I had 1,000 of these. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Greedy little bastard. Be grateful for what you got. And I am. All right, another one that's been doing really good that we followed, and a lot of people would look at this coin. Why would you ever want this coin? Because it only has 21 million instead of 100 billion coins. Because you're not going to see this happen out of a Cardano. You're just not, but you do out of Zcash. This got up to $129 today. That may not seem so hot, but look at what it did. Yeah. Inverted head and shoulders came all the way back, scared everybody out. It was $34. There was some FUD about it. There was, the breakout of this trend line to get in and retest it, $39, $40. There's plenty of opportunities to get into this one. Even when it made an inverted head and shoulders here and got above it at $47, $48. Even when it came back to retest. I guess I should draw this stuff. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. Well, head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders. And even when it came back and retested the neckline, $46, $48. Well, even if you got in there, why, my goodness, you're still up. I can't even count up that high. I can't even draw it up that high with that. You're still up 153%. Your $100 would be worth $250 right now. However, if you threw in, I don't know, if you threw in 1,000 when it was down somewhere in the lower 30s, you're probably sitting on about $3,600 right now and feeling pretty gosh darn good. How high can she go, Road Dog? Well, I got a target over here of 1618. She's got to be at a 0.5 level right now. It's a good place to have gotten paid if you haven't already. She seems to be hanging around this 120 area, so we need a smaller time frame to kind of see that. But there is still, it looks like there's still push right up to around 140 more than likely. And zoom in out to where we've been before. I mean, look at Zcash. I mean, it's the nice rounded bottom, exactly what we look for, right? This is my whole gig right here. And if you're following me back a couple years ago, we were coming across a lot of these. And the rounded bottoms, I am looking for certain things. I am looking for a squeeze and an expansion. A falling wedgie and a broadening wedgie, and those broadening wedges, I know I put targets out here when we're in a formation like this, and they just seem like they're unattainable, and like you have to wait. You might have to wait a little bit, but they get hit. They form formations. W bottom here, and wow, man, that trend line was the only thing that would give you a clue that you could even get up that high, right? Or a Fibonacci extension. And then of course we got our regular Fibonacci's. Look, this guy went up to $361 and $300 last time. For it to get to 140 or even go to 177 is not crazy. Another boomer coin that is doing pretty good right now is Dash. This one's still in the cruddy bottom looking area, but she's breaking out. Now, how well this one will do, I don't know, but she's in that area where nobody wants to buy it until that one day. Oh my God, it's at $143. It's only $29 right now. So could this be the next Zcash? Before we declare anything like that, let's go take a look at the tokenomics on Zcash. And what's so special about Zcash, other than being a privacy coin, most people don't like, but it's only got 21 million. Total supply out there, the total circulating supply is 16 million. We're talking like Bitcoin type tokenomics here. The old ones, the first, a lot of the OG coins, they respected that. And I think we're going to see, we're finally going to see them get some respect for their tokenomics instead of getting all greedy and going for billions or 1 billion or 20 billion coins or even 420 million. They were sensible, and this is so those coins, if you got a token that's got the billions of coins, they move like molasses. They're not going to do this. It's going to be very hard for them to do this. But especially if their market caps get big. This one is at a 1.9 billion? You're on at 2 billion? Am I reading that right? And that's gonna make a difference in the price, man. That can make a difference in the price. 5x out of this one doesn't seem like much, but when you're in it, you appreciate it. Are you getting 5x out of the altcoins? Do they give it right back on the smaller ones? They usually do. This one's got some stuff to it. So interesting. I like. And then we were going to look at Dash. That was Zcash. So we're going to look at Dash. So we saw it. What do your tokenomics look like? Dash. Total supply. Our maximum supply is 18.9 million. Total supply is 12 million. This one was dark coin back in the day. It was also a privacy coin. Dash is digital cash designed for financial freedom for everyone. Payments are instant, easy, and secure with near zero fees. Built to support real-life use cases, Dash is leading centralized payment solution. Users can purchase goods at thousands of merchants. Blah blah blah. blah. When this one used to be called Darkcoin back in the day. It was one of the top 3 cryptos 2 cycles ago. It was in the top 3. They thought it might overtake Bitcoin at one point. Well, they tried to say that about a lot of things, but Dash was working the way. And then we got Ethereum in the picture, and then it started taking away from Dash. Or Darkcoin back in the day. This is SNX Synthetics. What you doing, Synthetics, on the 4 hour? We're looking for 170 come out of this one. We're just now breaking through our 236 Fibonacci area. Therefore, our next target we're looking for is 171. And even. We got to see if we can get past 207. So those are excellent targets here. And even if you're buying the breakout or the retest, if it gets back to 124, it's at 130 right now. Possible 30% to 54% gains coming on this little guy. If we wanted to do our AB equals CD move to look for that next little target, I think it's going to be right around the same area though. I'm just going to do I'm not going to pull the fibs. I'm just going to do it manual. And yep, and so we got some confluence. Yeah, baby, we should be headed there. Now come down to the 15-minute and see, is there a trade set up? Wow, lucky as we might have it, there might be 21 moving average right here, area about 124. And I believe we've got a trade set up. Now there's a slight possibility she might come down and enter here. So you would have to do kind of a bigger trade setup on this one, in my opinion. And that would look a little something like this. I do it one of 2 ways. If I entered here, I would definitely want a stop loss. That's a 14%. That's a big ass stop loss. I would consider a nibble here at 124. And then a bigger nibble here at 111, and then your stop loss. And that way it kind of average out somewhere like this, average around about a 10% stop loss. But even with this, where it is with that big ass stop loss, you still got you still got almost a 3-to-1, not quite, but there could be something there, I believe, for SNX here on the 15 minutes. I would want to post this one. I think I'll post it, but I can't. I'd really want to comment on it. Let's go over to trade setups. This is SNX. Alright, so layer in about 124 is what I'll put there. See daytime live stream for details. Okay, that should do it. Alright, so cool. 13 people hanging out, and I'm trying to go through these a bit faster here. This is DEXE. And it's having a great day. It's $11. It was down to $9. Let's come out to a bigger time frame here. Nice. I think I got in the wrong coin. I think I was trying to play this one, and I think I got the DYDX is what I got instead of DEXE. I think I made a newbie mistake there. Anyway, this one that was your breakout at $7. We got a nice. I'm just going to do it this way. We're looking for a higher high up here, about $15. That would enable us to come out and at least retest this guy over here. Hopefully she'll get above that. But it looks like we might be coming up there. She might be coming down and doing some kind of... It's also a possibility she may be doing a butt crack too, right? So we got to keep that in mind. So we want to pay attention to how we react at, well, both of these fib areas. So short term, getting rejected at either ones could put us coming back down to 750 at some point. So we want to see what happens over here. So for short-term targets, it looks like 1142 and 1235 are going to be the juicy places. But this could be, you know, we could be doing a butt cheek, and then this one just comes up and we do a little harmonic pattern, come back down to the 886 area, 740, and then, you know, oh, well, it may not even look like that. It may come down here and do this for another while. So you got that option there, but I do see these moving averages here on the 4 hour. They're starting to turn around. So, man, maybe it won't be that bad. We'll see. Maybe she'll keep on breaking up to the upside. So another one to look at that's doing pretty good is pump.com, pump.fun, and we've been looking at that one quite a bit lately. Nailed our little target. I mean, nailed it. Nailed it! This is the 4 hour. And that was just a measured move. That was a measured move. I don't even think that was, it probably does correspond with Fibonacci, but that was a measured move. So we got to do this for the algorithm here. It just has to be done. We have to put a big turkey head on here because I don't have one of my new ones. And we got to get the big nailed it thing. And then we get a big arrow here, and then we do something stupid and clap our hands and jump up and down, and we trigger the YouTube algorithm to help the channel grow. Act like a monkey, and I'll do all that stupid stuff so that I guess people will think that, hey, maybe he knows, maybe he sees something, or maybe he's got a strategy that's got a little bite to it. Maybe there's something to this little fib strategy he's talking about. Maybe. Well, there he is. There's something. It doesn't, but you don't have to. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. There's lots of other ways that work really, really good too, but I haven't found anything works as good as the fib, to be honest with you. We need to take you and put you over into the vanity wall. Oh shoot! Is Kelly here? Is Kelly happen to be here? Maybe not. It's kind of a different time scale for her. This is pump. All right, so we got all that silliness out of the way here. So what are you doing, Pump? What's up? Are we going to make it up to this, our next little target there? And let me just kind of, let's get some of this stuff cleared out here. I don't think we need you. Well, I'll keep you there because you could retest that area. This is a bullish megaphone. And just to make it simple, your target area is 618. Oh, that's where we went. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Technically though, I mean, we can get a higher target here, and we could take. This is one way to do a measure move. It's not the way Bukowski says, but that takes us up a tiny bit higher, right up to about the 886 level. That's interesting. Can't you do it? Can you get to that area? We're going to put another target. Oh, what happened? We're going to put another target on the board. You did it again. We're going to put another target on the board. God, gotcha, bitch. All right. 0.0085 area could. Retesting this little area where we did our reversal pattern over here. That possible head and shoulders or triple top. I would call it more of a triple top, I believe. Well, yeah. Come down on the 15-minute just to kind of see what's happening in the short term, and looking nice. You lost your trend line, so I could see you could probably write it up there. She might. Scenario where we could just double top here too, and we got that scenario with Bitcoin too. I'm not seeing what I would look for the Ichimoku cloud to tell me that, but that could be it. Or, you know, this is just the internal trend line, and there's another idea. Let's see if we got a channel, because we might. There. Okay. So let's take you, make you dotted, and you will act as horizontal resistance as well. So yeah, I'm kind of seeing that 0.007 cents per pump. Again, that's about 5% more. Break a trend line, break this trend line, this channel trend line. You definitely want to make sure you're taking profits, because she could be coming back down to test these lower areas again. All right, so cool pump, and then we also got Pingu. How you doing? Nice here on the 15 minutes. Go to the 4 hour. So still looking at target 0.034 area that we've not hit, but that's the one that I'm waiting on to hit here. You might also, and we're just now testing this area here. That's probably the, where are you? Let's pull a local fib. All right, so for short term, we got to see. I want to adjust these. I know you're a bigger idea. You're a bigger idea. Let me make that one bigger and fatter. All right, so we're at our first target, our first technical target here. Not a bad place to take some profits. The area that we really want to look for is going to be this 0.033 area. Now we might get rejected there and come down, and it could even make another double bottom down at this area down here at 0.02. So we don't want to see that, but it could happen. Right now, I mean, we're kind of leveling out. We did make a lower low. Let's see how we react over here. But so far so good. Nice on the daily here, and even on the 15 minutes, she still looks like she might be trying to go up a little bit there. Poor Pingu. SPX 69,000. I think we looked at this last night, and here we are, doing pretty gosh darn good. I want to look at you on the 4 hour, and yeah. So since last night, she broke out, retested here, and then started coming up, and we still got places to go. I'm still looking about this 124 cent area here, or 110 now. If she pulls back, I would look for a retest of the area somewhere around here, bottom of this bottom trend line here. Maybe about 101 again, but she's at 109, looking good. It is still in the lower bottom, and right now we just broke past this area here, so it would be actually really great if we don't break this area again. Honestly, if we can bounce off of here at 107, that would be the best thing to look for. But either way, those are two options that we could look for, 102 or 107, to see what it does. But this would be the strongest one. And then we could start looking at these areas about 143, back up here in these areas too. So kind of juicy there. And then I've got Aptos, which is doing good, making her a higher high. Is this gonna, are we getting close? Are we getting close to where we need to chill the F out on Aptos? I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff here. Don't think I need you anymore. You're not, you were just a measurement. Still got some work to do on these moving averages. So from bodies to bodies, a breakout idea there. Fibonacci's from this high. I'll even go down to this low, and we're testing the 0.5 now, so we're getting above. That's good. So I'm looking for 498 out of Aptos here, and then that could be scary. Our higher high area would be around 527. And yeah, it can be this easy as just drawing a few fibs here. And I don't want to look at this 886 right now. It's still within range. I'm not certain that it would even hit that, at least not on its first run. But we might be able to squeeze out another 4 to 10% out of Aptos. 498, 527 right through there. And then let me go over one that you guys, I'm going to break this thing again if I'm not careful. Let me go over ZBCN. And I guess BitGet right here. Nice. So she broke trend line. She broke trend line, looking kind of skittish. Never did come back down and touch this guy or the little area we're looking at possible below. And she's trying, but hasn't done it yet, trying to break back into the pattern. Now, hopefully she'll do that. On the 4 hour, the hopeful things I've got, well, the 360s above the 800, and that's a good start. I gotta see some more of these moving averages cross bullish though, but that was a good pump up for that to happen. You can see an inverted head and shoulder idea there. Some people might be looking for some kind of Adam and Eve, kind of like something similar to what you had over here, but it didn't really meet target or anything. It kind of failed and turned into a bigger ass double bottom, if you can see it. The neckline here, and it's kind of shaky. She's basically just in a big ass range. So Fibonacci high to the low. She's testing that 0.5 and got rejected. So chances are this one still going to retest this 0.004 area. We're really close to right now. It's 4.1, but 3941 area. However, the next target I would look for is going to be this one over here. Right there at 0.0049. It doesn't sound like very much, but it is 20% gains there. So ZBTN, I think this is one that's got a lot of coins, and yeah, it takes them a while, right? But at least it's, you know, at some, I mean, you can make some gains when you got this many zeros. Takes a lot of money coming in though, gosh darn it. All right, so she's trying to get back into the pattern. Hopefully she will. If she can, then we're looking at 0.006 to eventually come over and retest this high. Right there. All right, so here are some coins. The next ones I've got are some that have been hit a little bit. They pumped up earlier and now they're retracing, and they might be worth considering. You know, still watch XPL. That was hot. That was really hot until all of a sudden it wasn't hot anymore. It got like fire hot, got up to 170, and now it ain't, right? So XPL. Okay, well, they had it on perpetual futures first. So we set targets at 182. That was a 618, and then one other little target, 190, which did not happen. You stuck, our dog. But we had our warning sign by a simple trend line, and when you started breaking that little trend line, that's when you need to figure out if you need to take action. So something's getting ready to change. And sometimes they level out. We see that happen when things are bullish. That's great. Sometimes they even ride up through there, but that's not the norm. This is what we expect to happen, especially when things get bearish, or especially when things just kind of like go a little crazy. This one's doing a deep ass retest right here. And I think we got a good chance to catch a little something here. So let me get some of this foolishness off of here. All right, some of the very lows over, well, from here. We are getting a 786 retracement right there, and also touching this little guy. It's a good chance. Also 800 moving average on this particular time frame. I like the way they are. This looks like this would be one of the bounce areas. Now there is a chance that it may be doing what we call a type 2, which basically means it's going to form some kind of double bottom here. That could be happening, or we could just bounce from here. So XPL is at a good spot, 95 cents, to pick up a little bit and see if we can get up to these higher high targets, which technically now it's the same target for that one. I'm not really looking for this other guy though. And if that be true, we make a higher high here. You could be looking at 90% gains there. If we get lucky enough to go to the 1272 area, which I'm not yet convinced that we will yet, that'd be 109. So XPL is at a pretty juicy area to consider getting it, in my personal opinion. And I want to share this with the group there, just as a gonna say that nice pullback. Put you in the trade setups. This is on 36. Nice area to build a swing bag of XPO. All right, and let's take a look at another one that was kind of popping off. This one's called Soros, and I don't know anything about this one. Mexi's got it. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, snap! What the hell? Yeah, well, you broke your trend line pretty good there. I don't know if she could snap back. She could not. That one, no, pass. Not so much interested on it. I don't know anything about this one. But if I were going to look for it to hold somewhere, I would kind of be looking here, but I don't know if I would trust it. I would be looking a little bit more toward this 0.5, to be honest with you. You might even get a full 618 retracement out of this guy. So I don't know. Normally I'd be looking for this 382 on this and get ready for a bigger move, but I don't like what she's doing over here, especially this little pinhead and big ass linebacker shoulders. This looks like some dude from what was that name of that movie? Oh, the one with the Beetlejuice, from like a Beetlejuice character or something there, and it could get nasty. I think this one's Elliot, what do you say about your 5 waves there? She thinks the 5 wave is over. We're going through an ABC correction, might be coming back up to 38. That'd give you a chance to de-risk if you're in Soros. And then shoot, if we're doing that, then screw these guys. I'm looking for an 886. Let's give Soros some time here, because I got a feeling she's got a possibility to come back down to 10, almost 11 cents there. All right, and AVNT. It was the bee's knees a few weeks ago. Now nobody loves it. Everybody hates it, especially if they were buying the flag to the upside, because you know that there were people out there drawing flags to the upside. You know that there were. I don't have to name them. But they like to go crazy, and then they put it at a breakout area, something crazy, and we're going to $4. We could be there by the end of September, but nope, we're actually down here doing this little booger right here, trying to go for a possible little retest of this guy. So coming back down to about 110, what I would be looking for right here is a 786 retracement from the low to the high, and I eyeballed it as best as I could right here, because there's a chance that she might be coming back down here to give you one more nice juicy little entry at 110. She is below the 9 moving average on the 4 hours, so that could happen, or we could get a complete double bottom. Don't get it twisted if we go just a little lower, but that would be a nice one for the higher low, and then we can start breaking out and start coming back up to these target areas over here. Let me tighten this up, because clearly I was being lazy. What are you? Why are you there? So that puts 143 is a gorgeous little target. Now imagine if that scenario were to happen, you made 28% gains to that first target, and that's on spot, and 65 cents area that we were at just, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days ago, could be 48% gains. So she's about played out, in my personal opinion, retesting this little area down here. And Amanus, I like what I'm seeing here. This one could do good. And then we're also going to take a look at Aster, because it's in the same category there. And she's not been pulled back quite as bit. She did lose this steep channel. It was a steep channel. Did not touch our higher high targets that we were hoping that we might be able to shoot. That's a 414. She did get her 272 if I'm not mistaken though. You got your 1618 from that pull. And I think from this one you were R27. Yeah, you nailed the 272 right there. So the negative 0.27 is my actual extension that I use on that. All right, so that's she's doing just like she's doing normal behavior. And so I think we pulled our fibs and got our 382. And she's losing that. Looks like we're going to a 4.5. Oh, that was a 382. We didn't take that into account. So I got to update my lines. That was from a lower one. Okay, so we are at 382 now. All right, cool. We update our targets here. And I'm going to put 2. We'll keep you. And we'll take you off. So I got 3 juicy little targets that if we do break out of this trend line and do decide to go up, oh yeah, I'll put you the right color. We're looking for a nice big ass target over here. Goes as 331, and I want to look at this guy about 294, and this little guy around 170. But these are the main targets that I'm looking for our higher high. And we gotta do a few things to kind of solidify it. Now it looks like we got 1 touch here and 2 little touch areas here because she just came back down and retesting it. So we got a chance that this trend line will hold. I like to look for a little angle confluence, and do we have anything? I've got something here, and resistance, so we got to keep him in mind because, well, and that's going to be resistance for us. So that looks like that'd be somewhere around 224, wherever. I just kind of slide this one around to wherever price might meet it if I got a pattern and a trend line. So what would it be looking for if we do bounce from this area and get up to this higher high area, 68, 73, and to the main target that I've got, 103% gains right there for Aster, $3.31. Kind of cool. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the coins I meant to go over tonight. As you can see here on Crypto Bubbles, here on the hourly, things are still looking fairly good across the board, and on the daily, this is the good thing. Yeah, this is some decent gains. Now, imagine the day that you're going to come when altcoin season is really here, and you don't see 4 or 5%, which we'll take, right? I love that. You see this happen every day. You know you're making gains all week. But there will be a day when you're going to see like 20%, 30% across the board on a lot of these sectors. And it will go on for 2, 3, 4, 5 days sometimes in a row. Crazy. That's what altcoin season feels like. And now a lot of these people on YouTube have been calling altcoin season all damn year, ever since the spring, even before Liberation Day, and especially after Liberation Day. And it just has not been. It has not been. But we're showing signs. We're getting there slowly, but surely things are improving. But it's a give and take game on these altcoins, and I do recommend getting paid when you can get paid. And one of the key things I look for are these indices, and it does look like we're getting another little push up for these altcoins. We're trying. There's resistance right now because we also have to contend with Bitcoin dominance. Now, when Bitcoin dominance goes up, altcoins don't have a tendency to go up as fast or as heavy, right? We need Bitcoin dominance to drop on its ass if we really want to see a big move. But in the meantime, we're seeing our stablecoin dominance coming down because it's been making higher highs and higher lows, and we don't like that. But while it's on a downward trajectory like it is right over here, right there, that's our cues to, hey man, yeah, let's get ready to take some profit. So what I would say, not financial advice, but probably some smart opinion is it's suggesting that we're coming close. Now, if you're looking at horizontal levels, yeah, you might think, okay, I'll just wait till it gets down here, but this is where the diagonal levels, the trend lines really kind of help. And they suggest you might want to think about it a little sooner, man. We're just fractions of percentages away on some of these places. We might need to look at getting paid, okay? So if you see a place that looks like it's topping out, looks a little questionable, pay yourself a little bit, man. 25%, 50%, maybe all of it, whatever you want to do. But you need something, not get caught on the drawdown. So, guys, it's been a short stream. It's dinner time, and my wife is going to be calling for me. And I didn't get to spend very much time in the chat over here, so if I miss saying hi to anybody, I'm so sorry about it. That's cool. I'm in a cake short right now, says Chris Klein. Hope that works out for you. How about horny t-shirts? What are we talking about here? Chris Klein says Love Dash. I might want to keep it. There's still some OG money tied up in that one. There's still some, and then that's one of my thesis is that OG money is going to come into play. It and some of the VCs and Wall Street, and we'll see some movement out like Bitcoin Cash. Nobody liked Bitcoin Cash. It's moving. Nobody liked Litecoin either. Of course, it hasn't been it's not like Litecoin's $500 or anything yet. But I wouldn't fade the OG place where the older OG crypto money has been parked for a while. And remember, Bitcoin Cash started out as an airdrop. Well, it was a fork, so it's like an airdrop. Started out as a fork, so if you whatever amount of Bitcoin you had when it forked off, and then all the little forks of Bitcoin forked off, you got that much in those coins too. Which is nothing compared to what you have in Bitcoin or had at Bitcoin at the time, but for the whales that had a lot of whale Bitcoin, well, they got a lot of that Bitcoin Cash too. And if they haven't sold it already, well, perhaps they're working on something. I don't know. Don't be scared. There's a turkey behind the zombie. They are intertwined. We are. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I got to go eat and go spend some time with the family, but it's a nice day. It's good to see a nice day. We had a decent weekend out of crypto, and it's just nice to see things, October. Because, man, we've had a rough year. It's been a rough year. Zen, you're at 923. All these things. Peak, you're finally moving. A lot of Melania's moving. You're not back to $5, are you? Or where was $7? Jeez, Melania. All right. Guys, I'll be back tonight about 10 p.m. I'm going to come on a little bit earlier. We'll take a look at the market again and coins. Bring your list of coins you want to go over, and I'll bring a list, and we'll just mix them all up and see what we can come up with. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Going to the end screen, and I'll see you tonight.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a trader, I've been around. I've seen the highs and the lows, the bulls and the bears. I've made my fortune.
Thank you, Damien. Appreciate
and
that.
I've shed my tears.
Well, that's cool.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name. I'm a whale in the crypto game. I'm a whale with a portfolio so fine. On the
I would have to see it to believe it.
I've traded Bitcoin, Ethereum too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all that stuff too.
I've made it through. I've seen
I want to trade commodities on it.
And I've seen the hype. I've made my profit, and I've taken the ride.
It's looking exciting, Ave. It's looking exciting. And there will be a shift in crypto. We'll get away from all this vaporware stuff and start going into some a lot better assets. And of course there'll be good stuff coming in crypto too, but I think it'll be more legit.
I'm not a bot, I'm not a scam. I'm a trader with a plan. I'm not a whale, just a guy.
Bitcoin is hanging strong though. I'm gonna go down to the little Degen 1 minute. That's very choppy on this one. You can go with the 3 minute. She keeps making higher highs and higher lows. Loving the channel, respecting it, breaking it every. It's deviating. It's shifting just a little bit. It's winding down a little bit. So there's some weakness here, but it's still got enough strength to try to get up here and retest that guy. Again, looking for a double top or a higher high. I don't know. Let's see what we get. Or can we get to 120? Yeah! Good night, everybody. I'll see you tonight. Enjoy your games.